Again. This is American ISIS. This is Big Leds. This is part 2 of Why They Make Us Fat. And you already know, I don't have to tell you the reasons why it's money. It's money. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to tell you something, show you something. Alright, since I got diagnosed with diabetes, let's go from the emergency room up till now. The emergency room visit, I had to check in for 3 days. The amount of those 3 days of staying in the hospital and being treated and diagnosed comes in the form of 5 different bills. Yes, doctors on call, nurses on call. Each one of the doctors was different, and nurses was different, and treatments was different, and medicines were different. Each one of those got a separate check. Then the emergency room got a separate check. The bills all together came to $23,000. Yep, for saving my ass. The doctor visits from there to get the prescription for the insulin costs $250 out of pocket when you don't have insurance. Even if you do have insurance, you still got to pay a monthly premium and a co-payment at the doctor's office, which is up front before the doctor even sees you. So it really doesn't make a difference. So the average cost is $250 for the doctor's visit in order to get the prescription. Now, I'll take the prescription to Kroger's and to the pharmacy to get the insulin. The price was $560 for the insulin. Yes, $560 for the insulin. Yes, $560 for the insulin. The needles, the syringes, cost $20. The lancets cost $10, the ones that prick your finger. The glucose test strips was $20 for every 35. Actually, it's only 20 in the box, but they give you a bonus 15. So if you do a glucose test once a day, you have 1 month and 4 days supply. So on a monthly basis, you're already kicking out $250 for the prescription, $20 for the needles, and $10 for the lancets, and $20 for the glucose strips. After all the rebates and discounts, the monthly total comes to $350. $350 a month for insulin and syringes and all of that. I haven't even thrown in the high blood pressure pills. I quit taking them, so I didn't even put them into the price. But if we put them in the price, it's another $10. So an average of $360 a month. My income at $7.50 an hour at 32 hours a week, which is pushing it because 28 hours is considered full-time because they don't want to pay for the Obamacare healthcare plans. So a total income of $860 a month. Rent is $500 for my room. Bills come up to $250, and that's light, gas, and bus fare for an entire month. Leaves me $110 for food and toiletries. Now, if I only got $110 left, where's the $360 coming from for the insulin and needles and lancets and glucose strips? Where is that coming from? Yeah, you can't answer it, and neither can the government, or neither can the state program that's cutting this shit out. They did this on purpose. They snuck sugar in our ketchup and snack crackers and cheese and milk and processed foods and fast foods. They snuck sugar and starches in there in order for us to get sick, because that what accounts for 77% of the American population. 77% of the American population has diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. They're making us sick on purpose. And you know who's the perpetrators? The propaganda? Advertisement. You know they have a hamburger called the Baconator. They have a hamburger called the Widowmaker because it clogs your arteries. They're killing us. You might as well just smoke 9 packs of cigarettes a day, or just stick your mouth around the exhaust pipe of a traveling 18-wheeler. Yeah, it makes no difference. You're getting sick, and they're doing it on purpose. Who's in bed together? The Monsanto Corporation that sprays these chemicals and GMOs on the food supply. The farmers I'm not going to blame the farmers. I'm blaming the Monsanto Corporation for putting pressure on the farmers to use this feed, because they can only use this feed under contract by the Monsanto Corporation. You only can use this feed for chickens and cows. You're making them fatter so you can sell them more per pound. And we eat this. And we get sick. And then we end up going through this whole cycle of the doctor visits and medications. I saw one documentary where this guy, his medications cost $6,000 a month. So my 360 is a drop in the bucket compared to his $6,000 a month he needs to stay alive. That's why I came up with alternate solutions. It's in the food. I had to cut that meat out. High fructose corn syrup products, which is almost everything on the shelves. Like I said before, over 50,000 products, only 7 of them didn't contain sugar or high fructose corn syrup, or fructose, which is high fructose corn syrup. They just put a different name on it. And with no GMOs and no corn starches. Only 7 products. That's how you going to eat like that? So I went back to being a vegetarian, and I cut out the $360 a month. No more doctor visits, no prescription, no insulin. I still get the glucose strips, so I can, keep monitoring. Ain't nobody's perfect, but they did this on purpose. So you got the Monsanto Corporation, approved by the Food and Drug Administration, the USDA department, which is government agencies. They're all in bed together. The high pharmaceutical companies, because it only costs $1.25 to make the insulin, but they charging 6 and 7 and 800% markup price because they know you need it to live. So these evil bastards are jacking the price up on the medications on purpose to profit off of your sickness. They do it every year. The flu shots, and then they come up with a different flu every year. Swine flu, bird flu, hog flu, chicken flu. It's ridiculous how they got us pinned down. But you need to go back to the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden. Go back to the Garden of Eden. Like the doctor told me, 2 greens and a protein should be on your plate. I took away the protein. I took away the meat. The protein can be found in beans or other types of vegetables. You get protein, because the meat protein is hard for us to digest, and it's hard for us to break down. And it goes into cells that causes you to get fat. So get rid of that meat. And once you get rid of that meat, you'll find out that your grocery bill is cheap as hell. And this is the only way that I can survive. This is the only way I can survive, is to cut out the $360 a month and stay in tune with my $860 a month income. This is American ISIS. This is why they get us fat. This is Big Les, and I'm out, soon to be smaller Les, because I've lost 70 pounds in a month and 2 weeks that I've been diagnosed by just switching back to vegetables and fruit. And not fruit juice. Fruit juice is sugar, because they take all the fiber out of it. Eat the fruit whole. And I'm just about to get me an apple right now. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. No, an apple a day keeps the government away. And Monsanto's. Fuck Monsanto's. American ISIS, I'm out.